is up.
I am Sam.
In the beginning, Bartholomew Cubbins didn't have 500 hats.
Cup, pup. Pup in a cup.
I am Sam.
He had only one hat.
Pup, cup. Cup on pup.
Sam I am.
It was an old one that had belonged to his father and his father's father before him.
Other
Mouse,
pictures?
House. Mouse on house.
Was this like the Crown Vet reading?
That
hour or
Sam
something?
I am, that Sam I am. I do not like that Sam I am.
It was probably the oldest and the plainest hat in the whole kingdom of Did, where Bartholomew Cubbins lived.
House, mouse. House on mouse.
Do you like green eggs and ham?
But Bartholomew liked it, especially because of the feather that had always pointed straight up in the air.
All tall. We are all are tall.
I do not like them, Sam I am. I do not like green eggs and ham.
The kingdom of Did was ruled by King Derwin.
All small. We all are small.
Would you like them here or there?
His palace stood high on top of the mountain.
All ball. We all play ball.
I would not like them here or there. I would not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am.
From his balcony, he looked down over the houses of all his subjects. First, over the spires of the nobleman's castle, across the broad roofs of the rich men's mansions, then over the little houses of the townfolk, to the huts of the farmers, far off in the fields.
God, yours are so long.
Ball wall. Up on the wall.
And then he had this other story.
Would you like them with a mouse?
It was a mighty view, and it made King Derwin feel mighty important.
All fall. Fall off the wall.
I do not like them in a house. I do not like them with a mouse. I do not like them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am.
Far off in the fields, on the edge of a cranberry bog, stood the hut of the Cubbins family.
Day play. We play all day.
Would you eat them in a box? Would you eat them with a fox?
From the small door, Bartholomew looked across the huts of the farmers to the houses of the townfolk, then to the rich man's mansion and the nobleman's castle, up to the great towering palace of the king.
Night fight. We fight all night.
Not in a box, not with a fox, not in a house, not with a mouse. I would not eat them here or there. I would not eat them anywhere. I would not eat green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am.
It was exactly the same view that the King Derwin saw from his balcony, but Bartholomew saw it backward.
He, me, is after me.
Could you in a car eat them? Here they are.
It was a mighty view, but it made Bartholomew Cubbins feel mighty small.
Fiji is composed of two Fiji Luvu and Manawa Luvu, ringed by groups of islands on both sides. The whole archipelago surrounds the Koro Sea.
Him, Jim. Jim is after him.
I could not in a car.
Just after sunrise, one Sunday morning, Bartholomew started for town. He felt very happy. A pleasant breeze whistled through the feather in his hat. In his right hand, he carried a basket of cranberries.
CB. We see a bee.
You may like them, you will see. You may like them in a tree.
He was anxious to sell them quickly and bring the money back home to his parents. He walked faster and faster until he got to the gates of the town. The sound of silver trumpets rang through the air. Hoofbeats clattered on the cobbled streets. Clear the way, make the way for the king.
The white man.
CB3. Now we see 3.
I would not, could not, in a tree, not in a car, you let me be!
All the people rushed for the sidewalks. They drove their carts right up over the curbs. Bartholomew clutched his basket tighter. Around the corner drafted 50 trumpeters on yellow-robed horses. Behind them, on crimson-robed horses, came the king's own guards. Hats off to the king, shouted the captain's king's own guards. On came the king's carriage, white and gold and purple. Should have been green. It rumbled like thunder through the narrow street.
3 tree. 3 fish in a tree.
I do not like them in a box. I do not like them with a fox. I do not like them in a house. I do not like them with a mouse. I do not like them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am.
Ellipses. Fiddlesticks! The executioner, throwing his axe on the floor. I can't execute you at all! And he shook the hands with Bartholomew and sent him back upstairs to the king.
Fish in a tree? How can that be?
In the great green room, there was a telephone and a red balloon and a picture of
Bartholomew. He was wearing the most beautiful hat that had ever been seen in the kingdom of Din. It had ruby larger than any king himself had ever owned. It had ostrich plumes and cockatoo plumes and mockingbird plumes and paradise plumes. The cow jumping over the moon.
Red, red, they call me Red.
And there were 3 little bears sitting on chairs.
But neither Bartholomew Cubbins nor King Derwin himself, nor anyone else in the kingdom of Din could ever explain how strange things had happened.
Red bed. And 2 little kittens and a pair of mittens.
And a little toy house and a young mouse.
All they could say a comb, a brush, a bowl full of mush.
Snape kills Dumbledore.
Spoiler alert.
Red, Ned, and Ted, and Ed in bed. And a quiet old lady.
Good night, room.
What happened had happened. It was not very likely to happen again.
Pat, they call him Pat.
Good night, moon. Good night, cow jumping over the moon.
Pat sat on hat.
Good night, light, and the red balloon. Good night, bears. Good night, chairs.
Pat sat on cat.
Good night, kittens, and good night, mittens. Good night, clocks, and good night, socks. Good night, little house, and good night, mouse. Good night, comb, and good night, brush. Good night, nobody. Good night, mush. And good night to the old lady, whispering hush. Good night, stars. Good night, air. Good night, noises everywhere.
Pat, bat. Pat sat on bat.
No, dude.
I do so like green eggs and ham. Thank you, Sam.
No, Pat, no. Don't sit on that. They're gonna be pissed about all the books being out of play.
Yeah.
Bad.
Hey, Mike Squeak, it's not a blankie. It's my lucky lacrosse jersey.
Everybody knows the story of the 3 little pigs. Or at least they think they do. But I'll let you in on a little secret.
Oh my God.
Nobody knows the real story because nobody has ever heard my side of the story.
Whose story is it? Sad dad, bad hat. Dad is sad, very sad. He had a bad day. What a day Dad had.
I am a doctor from Moscow. My family and I are on this train. Here are my papers. I'm the wolf. Commander T. Wolf. You can call me Al.
I don't know how this whole big bad wolf thing got started, but it's all wrong. Maybe it's because of our diet. It's not my fault. Eat cute little animals like bunnies and sheep and pigs. That's just the way we are. If cheeseburgers were cute, folks, we'd probably be big. You'd be big and bad too.
Hop, hop. We like to hop. We like to hop on top of pop.
But like I was saying, the whole big bad wolf thing, all wrong. The real story is about a sneeze and a cup of sugar.
Mr. Brown, Mrs. Brown. Mr. Brown, upside down.
The pattern of life in Ithaca, of people everywhere in the world for that matter, followed a design which boys will be assigned to of some kind. The ward prison has shoe furniture, a stone quarry, smaller shops, and one of the will be put.
This is the real story.
I would like to be the crown drum major because
Oh.
They didn't even read them.
they gave us busy work.
Al
All my
Qaeda,
teachers-
also spelled Al Qaeda and Al Qaeda, led by terrorist Osama bin Laden, has attacked the United States 7 times, including the bombings of 2 American embassies in Africa in 1998, the 2000 bombing of the USS Cole, and the attacks of September 11, 2001.
Way back in Once Upon a Time, I was making a birthday cake for my old granny. I had terrible sneezing cold, and I ran out of sugar.
He wipes my face. His sorrow becomes mine, a heaviness in my phosphorescence. Brew feel comfortable. There were 6 basketball. Brew was there. Well, do you have an embolism where sorrow waits? My hand's still a fist that can take it away, take it away. I do not before. Cody and I go home. With fear fermenting, I hear the bruiser strangled his uncle.
Methamphetamine is an addictive stimulant drug that strongly activates the systems of the brain.
She was due in at mid-morning on the 5th of June, 1961. Ben and Dorothy Cameron came up from Atlanta to meet her, and I went up to the plaza the night before she landed to meet them for dinner in the Oak Room.
If the Confederacy fails, there should be written on its tombstone, died of a theory. Jefferson Davis, 1809.
Barack Obama was elected president of the United States on November 4, 2008. He was the author of one previous book, the New York Times bestseller, Dreams of a My Father.
That is a stomach. It has a belly button. I nod. He squeezes my knee. Oh shit! I thought so. It gets better, trust me. He kisses my knee. You need to shave your legs, babe.
The commotion in the Einstein household in the southern German town of Ulm that Friday in 1879, it was March 14th, and a baby boy had been born in the house of Bahnhofstrasse earlier that day. The parents, Pauline and Herman, were elated. The jovial and easygoing Herman, wearing his eyeglasses and sporting a mustache, very Hitler look, kind of went out of place, looked down adoringly at his young
My
wife.
tits are too small. I'm too skinny. Skinny's good. You can always buy bigger tits.
And this.
Oh my god, don't